What's up everybody? Welcome back. Today we are going to be applying some urethane primer. So let's go spray it. Okay guys, today we are going to be applying some urethane primer on these Mustang fenders. And I thought this would be a great opportunity. We can kind of show you guys what primer we're using, how and when we're using it, and how we're applying it. First things first, let's get it mixed. So we've got everything up here on the computer and we're gonna mix it. So for us, we are RM, so we are using their DP 237 and 236. This is a direct to metal DTM primer, so we don't need an etch primer, acid wash, etch wipe, or any of that. We can go direct to metal with this. So it's really beneficial for us in the big restorations. We've always got breakthroughs and burn throughs, so we don't have to worry about applying another product or even stocking another product. So this one works really great for our application, and we're using it as a final prime. Because we're using a polyester primer for after our main body work, this is only a final, just to really smooth out some of those inconsistencies from blocking. And that's what we're really using this for, is to give us a nice uniform finished ground coat. It's going to give us some build. We do get about 3 to 4 mils depending on how many coats, which is about 1 mil is about 1/1000th of an inch, if you kind of think. So that's the thickness that we're spraying. So we'll be able to get a little bit out, but we're still going to be blocking it and we're still going to be working it, but we're not doing any heavy body work. It's more just for cut throughs, and the blocking is just going to stay there to keep the work consistent with what we've done. So we're lucky enough, the computer does all of our measuring for us, so we're going to mix it up, get it in the gun, and then we're going to go in and spray it. All right guys, we're all mixed up, we're ready to rock. Now, application for equipment, what do you need? TDS for this, they're requiring a 1.3 to a 1.5 fluid tip. We're using a 1.4. We found that with this old SodaJet RP 1.4, it really sprays that primer super nice. We get a nice finish, it's uniform, and which really helps us in the long run for blocking. So again, that's why you really want a nice, even uniform finish, because it's just going to make your sanding that much easier. So we found, again, 1.4 is a really nice tip size with this RP. We've used the SodaJet 100 BRP, and I like more of a 1.5 in that gun. It just, the 1.4 just doesn't seem to cut it with this primer. 1.5 is really nice and sprays that good. So, but on our old faithful SodaJet, we're using a 1.4. So we're gonna jump in the booth and let's go get this sprayed, guys. So come on, let's go. So these fenders have our polyester primer on them. We've blocked them out. We've had a few little spots that needed a little more work. So what we've done is we've gone and we've body worked here and here, so now we need to apply our primer. So for this particular job, we're only going to be spot priming with the urethane, but for other jobs that come into the shop that are more, a lot more severe body work, and we've used this, we will actually come in and fully prime all of this polyester. But in this case, we don't need to. The bodywork was good. The polyester came through real nice. So we're just going to focus on applying primer on the bottom of this fender. So I'm just going to pop my mask on here. Okay, so there's our first coat. Now, you might be asking, why have I primed such a large area for such a small spot? Great question if you asked it. If you didn't, here's the answer. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna prime outside in, all right? So we're gonna put a primer on the biggest, largest part of the panel that needs to be primed. Then we're gonna come in and we're gonna prime a little bit and a little bit. So we'll bring it in and we'll just have the primer out past the repair just a little bit. And then for our third coat, that third and final coat will be just right on those repaired areas. So what that allows us to do is A, it keeps the overspray on the outside and we don't trap that overspray in. Because sometimes what can happen is when you'll see rings, you know, after a couple years, and that's the primer sinking into those little air pockets, or the paint into those little air pockets of the overspray. This way, when we block it, we're gonna block down all of those little pockets of overspray, and they will be covered up and blocked smooth and not trapped. So the biggest reason for priming outside in is the technical term, what we refer to it as, and that's why we're doing it this way. Secondly, you'll notice that's nice and wet, uniform application. That is so key, because what that's gonna do is it's gonna allow you and save you time when you're blocking it. So this is gonna block so much nicer if it's nice and uniform, rather than sort of what we call tiger striped, where it's heavy and thin, or if we just do a little pocket here and a little pocket here, we're gonna have lots of big spots of heavy overspray that we're going to need to block, which all takes more time to get it done properly, and as we all know, time can be money. So we're trying to be efficient as well. So we'll let that dry up and we'll come back in 5 minutes and apply second coat. Speaking of blocking, guys, be sure to check out our video on blocks and blocking. Great intro to what types of blocks you can get, what are on the market, how to use them, and be sure to check that out.
A few moments later.
That first coat has flashed off really nice. You can also see where this repair, because of that little bit of polyester putty and body fill, even if that was body filler, they're very porous. So we can see that there's a little bit of a difference in coloring there. That's because the primer is actually soaked in to that polyester putty. So again, why we want to make sure that we're allowing everything to solvent evaporate and flash properly so that we don't have any sinkage going forward. So, all right, we've got our main coat on there now. We're going to put our second coat on that's going to be just not quite as large of an area, and I'll show you our second step of our priming inside out. So now we can see we've got our edge here from our overspray, right, around that repaired area. So if we were priming it the other way, that would be trapped. This overspray area here is a possibility to trap air in there, and that will in turn cause sinkage possibly down the road. So this is just ensuring we're going to eliminate that that's ever going to happen. So now our next coat will just be over the repaired area. All right, our third and final coat. One more thing as to reason why we're doing that is this urethane primer is a catalyzed product. So we've added an activator in it. It's starting to harden and activate as time passes. So from our first coat to our third coat, it's going to span about 20 to 25 minutes with proper flash times. So we're going to be spraying the thickest part of primer because that's going to be starting to change viscosity and thickness, so that third and final coat will actually be sort of our thickest layer of primer, because that viscosity has slightly altered because time has passed with us actually applying the primer in 3 coats with our proper flash time. So another little tidbit as to why we do this priming method is right there. All right, guys, our second coat is dry. You can see a little bit here where we've got that. So we're just gonna drop our third and final coat, like I said earlier, right on that repair, and then we're all done. Okay guys, and there we go. So there's our third and final coat. As you can see, we can still see 1, 2, and 3 coats. We can see those layers. Those will block out nice and flat once we get into blocking that. So on a small repair like this, we'll jump into blocking that tomorrow, no problem. If that sits overnight, that's a-okay. If it's a larger panel or overall, we've primed the whole thing, we'll typically let those sit from between 1 and 2 weeks so that we can really allow that to gas off. So, but for these small repairs here where we're not doing everything, we'll let that sit overnight and we can go ahead and block that the next day. So yeah guys, there we go. There's our use of urethane primer, how we use it here in the shop. If you have any questions, hit us up in the comments. Let us know what you want to see next, or if you have any questions of our equipment and primer and application, feel free to reach out. We'll see you in the next one, guys.